Hello, family. Welcome to End Time. We have Prophet Celestial. She's here again with another prophecy from our Lord Jesus Christ. If you are new, I welcome you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. And let's get into the video.
The prophecy from the Master's Voice today, October the 8th, is called Kamala Harris and the Beast, and it will be looking at how this woman, again, is part of the ushering in of the end times beast system. So God has been talking about this woman a lot. God has been talking about Barack Obama a lot. God has been talking about Donald Trump a lot. And it's not because God is interested in the political machinations of America. He's truly not. God is kingdom minded above all things. And since America is a kingdom that has already been written in the books as something that will be completely wiped away. I know many people, they're asking, when you say completely, do you mean part way? I keep saying this country, the punishment upon the land mass is that it shall be removed from the sight of God. Since this is a continent and it can't vaporize into the sky, there's only one more place for this place to go, and that is under the sea. If you have heard of the city called Atlantis, that is America's ending. You may like it, you may not like it, you may dispute it, you may do all the things you want to do. But since I am finishing, all I have to say is, as Atlantis went under the sea, America is going to follow. Kamala Harris and the Beast, October the 8th, 2022. And as I started to write this prophecy, I was halfway through transcribing it from notes, and the Lord said, Kamala Harris is going to delete everything America looked like and replace it with a new thing. So I'm halfway through, like an hour and a half through, and then he says that, and that is what the banner is for today. So when God keeps bringing a thing and bringing a thing, Donald Trump, Obama, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Donald Trump is not because he's interested in how America cares about her political people. He's stressing a point. He's saying this is pending and important information, so you should pay attention. It's kind of a verily, verily, I say unto you thing. And when this stuff is pressing upon my spirit every day, a new prophecy, I will not publish every single thing that he says. It just means that a point is being driven home. And there's another prophecy with many small snippets of things that he said. So I will link that in the description, and then I don't have to make a video for it. Kamala Harris came up a lot in 2020, towards the end of the year. I dreamt of this woman saying that she's the president of the United States. And I was thinking, lady, you're not a president. You're not on the ticket. Nobody's paying attention to you. You're stapled to Joe Biden. So what do you mean? And when I woke up, the Lord would say things like, this is Kamala's election. When Biden enters that White House, he's taking two people with him, Kamala Harris and Barack Obama. And now 3 years have passed, and God has widened the scope and revealed the things he was talking about. And so here's the dream. I dreamt that Kamala Harris was making a speech on TV. It was a very important speech. The nation had been already told that this big speech was coming up. And so it's a nationwide address, and it was being simulcast all over the world. So other nations was paying attention. However, here's the strange thing. This woman was not speaking English. She was speaking a language that came upon my heart as Tamil. Now, in the dream, I didn't know what Tamil is, but it was very clear to me that she was speaking Tamil. The whole speech was in Tamil, not English. And the first question upon my heart observing her in the dream is, why are you talking to us in a language that we don't understand? Why are you addressing us in something that we don't speak at all? What is this Tamil? And since it's not the majority language of America or the majority language of most of the other nations, why is such an important speech being broadcast in Tamil? But I was hearing the speech in English. And even though she was saying many things, here is the part that I remember. Kamala Harris said this: why have you followed and emulated the United States? Why have you followed and copied America in your ways? America is under judgment. America is about to be judged. All who are like her in her ways, her sins, her evil, you will be judged along with her. To the very extent that you have copied her, God will judge you. If you have any laws like America, unjust laws, immoral laws, unrighteous laws, God will punish you the same way he punishes America. To the extent that you copied her, if you have tolerance for sin and other forms of immorality in your society or in your legal system, especially, you will be judged by God. I am Kamala Harris. I am the US president. I am telling you the facts of the matter. This nation is under judgment. And to the extent any nation has accepted her evil and copied her actions, they will be judged also. So if I remember nothing else, that's what I remember. A speech in a foreign language and saying that America is judged and that anybody who copies America will be judged by God. And she was speaking as much to America to tell us that we are under God's judgment as much as she was addressing foreign nations. So foreign nations, you have homosexuality on the books. You are calling it not a sin. It's a preference now. It's decriminalized. South Africa, looking at you and other nations in the EU. It's not a sin. You have marriage, same-sex marriage on the books. In some cases, it's full marriage. In other cases, it's civil union. Some countries, you are breaking down long-standing taboo about men being transgender. You now have men in dresses. Nigeria, looking squarely at you. Men who are becoming social media booming stars, likes, clicks, followers. You were not raised this way, but now you have started following men in drag, popularizing them, praising them, whoever this Bob Risky is. You think that God will applaud you? This woman who serves Satan in the dream was saying that this nation that I am sitting in, the United States of America, is already rejected by God. It is a nation that is going to reap the full whirlwind of Revelation 18. And in Revelation 18, it says all the merchants that traded with Babylon and all the kings of the earth stood afar off and they wailed, watching as her judgments came upon her in 1 hour. Well, God is letting everyone know that in as much as you put abortion on the books, African countries and South American countries that have allowed these US and other foreign NGOs to come in and start advocating for abortion in your nations. You copied those laws. You have started to relax your legal protocols and call abortion healthcare. You have started to allow many pride parades in many territories of the earth. You will be judged to the full extent of America's sin that you have accepted, that you have opened the gates, that you have received. And so this is what this servant of the beast was saying in her strange language, but God translated it for me in English. The dream changed and I saw this woman was writing on top of the US Constitution. And may the citizens of this nation please listen, because this part, you are going to hate it. This part, you are going to see it, even if you hate it. I saw her sitting at that same desk that I've seen Joe Biden sit at, that same desk that President Donald Trump sat at. It's some desk that they sit at on the first day, and they bring them a lot of new laws, and they bring in them a lot of bills that have been voted on and everything, and it just needs now the executive signature to pass. And those two presidents have sat there, they'll sign, and then they'll give the pen to somebody as, keepsake, and then they'll get a new pen and they'll keep signing. Well, nobody was bringing Kamala Harris any documents to sign. She had the Constitution of the United States. It wasn't in any kind of climate controlled box. It wasn't surrounded by sheet glass. It wasn't preserved or protected in any way. She had the raw document in front of her. And she was making corrections and changes. And in some cases, she was completely getting rid of certain provisions. And I saw cabinet members and I saw cabinet ministers. I saw official staff surrounding her exactly the way they've surrounded other male presidents in the past. And these people all saw what this woman was doing, that she was desecrating the US Constitution. She was making solo executive changes directly on the document, and not a single person said a word. I saw that some of the older men who have been in government for so long that their hair has turned gray, they were stunned looking at what this woman were doing. Their eyes were so big that it was almost comical, like watching how the cartoons are surprised, like doing. Their eyebrows were raising up to the top of their head, and yet everybody was mute. All mouths were shut. And she didn't even see their reaction. She didn't even look up. She was busy doing what she was doing, editing the Constitution, making corrections and alterations. And in some cases, she scratched out stuff very vigorously with a big black pen. I've spoken about this black pen. You can find out more about it in one of the old prophecies about this woman that is called A Broken Rule of Law, where I saw her with a thick black felt marker, and she was scribbling and making alterations and Xing out whole passages of the Constitution. I spoke in a recent video that is called Brace for Impact, that I saw Kamala Harris holding a black marker like a wand. Now, from where I'm sitting, we write from left to right like this. Well, she was waving the marker from right to left as if writing backward. And as she was doing this on the Constitution, the words, the letters were flying off the thing. It was like she was unwriting it with her marker. What is coming to my heart to tell you right now is that you should remember the part of the book of Daniel where it says that the coming fierce king, the king of fierce features, the son of perdition, one of the things he will do is he will think to change the times and laws. America, you're in that season and you don't even recognize it. You've got laws that don't protect children. The children are becoming the new hot performers at the drag shows. You've got laws that say that even if he's 6'8", if he feels like a woman, then he is. He can identify as anything he wants, use the opposite gender bathroom, scare and endanger women, strip off, put a swimsuit on, jump into the pool, smash all the records, win all the awards.